Hello and welcome back to the Beatdown Bandits podcast. I am Colin, and this is season 5, episode 1 of the podcast. So we're in the 5th year. Definitely been slacking off. So yeah, apologies there, but we have got an impending season 20 drop of Apex Legends. Patch notes just came out, so I want to kind of go through these. Unfortunately, this podcast is going to come out after the release. A few days, not a big deal, but I just want to discuss all the changes. So really, as we're going through the patch notes, I just more or less just want to kind of discuss the changes that are going to be happening. Um, so yeah, that's really it. I want to obviously share my screen, so I want to go through this. We're not gonna. I think the trailer is on there, so I'm not gonna go through that. I was gonna share video and sound, but I'm not even gonna worry about it. So we're just going straight into the patch notes here. So all right, get out of the way. There we go. Okay, so season 20 is called Breakout. No new legends, no new guns, not really any new maps, but obviously everything is kind of changed. So clearly seems like tons of new content, which is great. Um, this isn't really a concern. I mean, I guess for newer players, this is big, where every 2 weeks a new legend becomes free to play for the rest of the season, which is great. And then that legend allows people to get on our let players unlock them, which is super awesome. Want to talk about the map? So the breakout map rotation, which I like. So this is trios and duos. I like this. Olympus and World's Edge and Stormpoint, probably my three favorite maps. I'm more of a World's Edge fan. I do like that. I like the new Stormpoint map. How it's a little bit tighter. Everything's not so spread out and as up as many hills. It feels like it's a little more leveled out now. So I do like Stormpoint, and I do enjoy Olympus. So these three, I do like this map rotation for me. For console players, this is also awesome. Anybody on current, I guess now considered like current gen. Is it considered current gen or next gen now? I guess I don't I don't know, but this says current gen. So Xbox Series S, X, PlayStation 5 users now have a performance mode. So as long as their monitors are 120 hertz, which is great. So looking forward to that. That is going to be helpful. Crafting. So obviously crafting dramatically different. I don't know how I feel like about this. I do enjoy the crafting. Was never big with like the guns with crafting. So that's interesting. That's the thing. But I guess if you remove all the armor, which we'll get into in a little bit, but if you remove all the armor off of the ground, I guess you've got a better loot pool to pull from. So with no armor, I guess you can drop those guns back onto the ground. Inventory can now be accessed from the crafting menu, which is cool. So you can see like, oh wait, how many bats do I have? How many medkits do I have? Things like that. So since you can craft those now, that's awesome. You could before, but like that's one of the going to be the key things now. What banners and ammo. That's it. Basically, you can use it once, and that's it. Then you can go on to the next crafter, use it once, that's it. I really like that. It's gonna be different. So there's no more crafting metals and things like that. So that adds a pretty interesting change. There's additional replicators. With 12 replicators, and I want to say there was like 9 before. I could be wrong on that, but there's a few additional. So that gives you an extra opportunity or two to grab an extra bat or ammo. And then an additional replicator airdrop in round 4 to add, like an emergency bat, emergency ammo, something like that. Decreased interaction time, amazing. Inventory can now be accessed, which we talked about. Printed items left alone will auto eject after some time as well. So you don't have to walk up and see like random heavy ammo there and you don't need it. World's Edge, Rampart's big mod, which this is a good point. It's changed. because of crafting. So now there's a fire sale. So Big Mom paintball weapons are now free, but they take time to dispense from the vending machines. Once a player has claimed their free weapon, they can't get another unless it's Loba. So that makes sense. I like that. I'm a little nervous that that's going to be kind of taken advantage of a little bit. All right. Let's see. New legend upgrade system. So, in the BR modes, this is interesting. I don't really know how this is going to work. With going from like level 1, level 2, level 3, from up, working your way up to being able to upgrade your legends. So I'm gonna hit these real brief. I don't want this to be 3 hours long, so we're gonna hit these brief. So we're gonna talk about Ash, and we'll just hit all the skirmishers real quick. Um, Ash, and it always feels like one side is better than the other, like an upgrade system. And I'm also curious, like how many people are actually going to be able to get to level 3. I'm picturing in my head most like casual, regular matches. It's going to be a lot of blue. So I blue and maybe a handful of purple, and maybe you'll see some random reds in there. I don't know, but I don't feel like majority of it like now like everybody is purple or red in the end, in the final 5 teams, right? So it's not going to be that way because crafting, you can't craft your armor, you can't do, it just seems harder to upgrade. So Ash Murder Machine, call it the number of squads within 150 meters after squad wipe. Uh, I don't feel like that's insanely useful. 1 minute to live using passive tracks enemy position on map for 60 seconds. Again, I don't feel like crazy useful. I think right now it's like 15 seconds, something like that. So um, again, not insanely useful. You're just tracking one team. I'm not a big fan of those. The level 3, the Greedy Snare, Arc Snare, remains in play for 24 seconds and can catch multiple enemies. I feel like that's a little more useful, but still not a ton. And then the twin snares gain an arc snare charge. Uh, again, whatever. This would be normal arc snare, so it's not the upgraded one. I don't know. I don't feel like Ash is great. I mean, some of these, and I've kind of looked at all these before. Like, there's some missed opportunities of being able to move up the people like Ash and Ballistic and Vantage and Mirage, and I think they missed on those opportunities. I feel like some people who are like middle tier have moved up, but the bottom tier people I still think are bottom tier. It's not dramatic meta shifting people. I think it will, and we'll get more into it, but there's a few people who might move up. And I think there's one or two people that might move down a little bit, but that's really it. But everybody's obviously dramatically changing. Ballistic, Ammu Vision, seeing ammo types and death boxes, meh. Not ideal. Care package insight, reveal the most valuable item in care package, meh. Like these are very meh upgrades. Level 3, gain an extra smart bullet. I don't know. Lasting bullet, smart bullet duration is tripled. I feel like that's probably the more useful, but this is garbage. I feel like ballistic is still trash. Bangalore, see nearby ordinances through walls and on death boxes, whatever. Reduce ultimate cooldown by 60 seconds, I think is much better. That's a pretty massive upgrade. So I feel like if you're not getting this one, I don't know what you're doing. Level 3 upgrade, cover me, auto ping enemies who trigger double time. That's just okay, but refuge seems to be a little bit better, but it's a pretty slow upgrade. So I don't know. It's not ideal, but I could see it maybe helping in like in game on higher ranked matches or something like that. Yeah, you could just smoke and heal if you run out, but it's not amazing. Now, Fuse, I feel like Fuse is a person who is kind of middle tier, who you'd see sneak into like high level gameplay and ALGS stuff. I feel like he's now he's now moved way up. So level 2, Big Bang, see nearby ordinances through walls and on death boxes. Again, not great, but a little more useful for Fuse. Scar tissue, take 50% less damage and no slow motion effects from the mother load. I think that's much better, in my opinion. I would feel like I can find nades, so I'm not too worried about that. But taking less damage and no slow effects on the mother load is pretty useful. That's something that if I trap a team, or especially like inside a building, and I get that, that's pretty tough for a fuse to push. So this is a little more helpful. Level three, the knuckle, the knuckle hustler, short speed boost on successful knuckle cluster hits, uh, is amazing, and it's like Bangalore's passive. It's awesome. So and that's just you just have to have one little knuckle cluster. It's not like you have to stick them. And then reckless, take 25% less explosive damage. I think is also fairly decent. But I feel like it's a little more useful that in higher level gameplay, Master Pred stuff and ALGS stuff. There's not as many nades in like casual game. But the short speed boost on successful knuckle cluster hits is out of this world. That's awesome. Mad Maggie is also, I feel like, going way up. Fireball, level 2 upgrades, Wrecking Ball catches fire and explodes in thermite. It's awesome. Yes, and the fact that that's level 2 is amazing. Short shot. I don't even know what I'm saying. Auto reload shotguns on knock, whatever. It just depends on how good shotguns are this year. Level 3, the big drill increased depth and width of the tactical by 50%, or drill slinger gaining a riot drill charge, reduce active duration by 25%. So you've got two of them. So imagine like you've like a team trapped inside a building or like one of the RVs or something like that. And this is nuts. The depth and the width of the tactical to me is okay, but I think getting two of those and then the fire wrecking ball is insane. Okay, so that was our assaults. So skirmisher, Horizon. I think Horizon is dead maybe now. Battery collection, shield battery count shown above death boxes. Whatever. Big Bang see nearby ordinances through walls and on death boxes. Whatever. I'm not a big fan of those. Tactical cooldown, reduce tactical cooldown by 5 seconds. That's helpful-ish, or reduce the ultimate cooldown by 30 seconds. I would say the tactical cooldown by 5 because they nerfed her tactical anyway by 5, so this takes it to basically what it was this past season. So she's not getting upgraded really at all. So I feel like Horizon is just not in a good spot with those upgrades. Octane is maybe I feel like might get bumped up as well. He's got nothing but better. Thick skin, take 25% less stim damage, which is great, super helpful. Reckless, take 25% less explosive damage, less helpful. So I recommend the thick skin for Octane. Level 3, airborne agility, change directions with the launch pad double jump, which gives controller players the same advantage that M and K have. And Mad Hops gain an extra launch pad charge, which being able to have two ultimates stacked up is pretty useful. You can push or get away like crazy. Pathfinder. Field research gain access to survey beacons or gain access to ring consoles. So basically gives him the ability of two different classes if he wants that, which is okay. I feel like the survey beacons is a little more useful. The ring consoles, I don't feel like is as helpful. Um, just because Pathfinder's better as an attacking. You kind of want that survey. Down and away, grapple cooldown reset on knock, which is helpful, or the zip lines in, take 25% less damage while riding energized zip lines, which this is pretty cool. So you can, I think the zip line is like blue or white or something like that. It's like glowing. So you can ride that and take less damage. I guess like if you want to play more ring, which with Pathfinder isn't ideal, but that makes more sense. And then the ring consoles make more sense. But if you want to attack and play more edge style, the field research and the down away makes more sense. Revenant, Murder Machine, call out the number of squads, so same as Ash. And then the tactical cooldown, reduce tactical cooldown by 5 seconds. And I feel like Revenant's ability is really based around that type of stuff anyway, so I would recommend this tactical cooldown. Level 3 upgrade, Agile Assassin, total Shadow Pounce recharge time reduced by 20, which is massive. And then the Grim Leaper, Shadow Pounce cooldown reset on knock, which again is also pretty massive. So I feel like Revenant's stuff, I in my opinion, is pretty good. I could go either way with the level 3, but the reduced tactical cooldown by 5 seconds seems pretty smart. Valkyrie, I feel like, is moving up quite literally in her case. So level 2, aerial expert, increased horizontal jetpack speed and acceleration. I've seen videos of it. It's just okay, in my opinion. But to me, what makes Valk is that ultimate as well. The launch 15% higher with Skyward Dive gets it back to where she was originally when she was very OP. So it gets her way above. I mean, she's already higher than the evacs and the balloons, but now even going higher, she's going to get farther. So this one's pretty massive. Level 3 widens the missile swarm from a 4x3 to a 3x5. So it's a little bigger, not much. It's a few extra missiles, and it's just covering a wider area. So I don't know. I guess if you don't feel like you hit enough with those, which I don't feel like, maybe this one would be good. Got to try it out. And then the full tank increased jetpack fuel by 25%, which I guess that can be very situational if you need it or not. Depends on how much you're going up and down. This depends also on like the size of buildings you're flying around. So I don't know. That could go either way on that one. Wraith, I feel like is going up. I mean, she's already pretty dang good already. She's been one of the more meta people in the history of Apex, so I feel like this is increasing her back a little bit. Her Sixth Sense passive warns when nearby squad count increases, so it'll let you know when kind of like a crypto, like when a squad is nearby. The tactical cooldown, reduced tactical cooldown by 5 seconds, which again, massive. Level 3 upgrade, fast phase, reduced tactical wind up by 20%. That kind of gets her back to her like pretty much original one. Her original was instant. This one is pretty close to instant. And then the ultimate cooldown, reduced the ultimate cooldown by 60 seconds. It's all to me about her phase. So I would say the level 3, the fast phase would make more sense. I mean, you could really focus on that tactical. I don't know. I don't play tons of Wraith anymore, so but really messing with the tactical and that could be pretty massive. Recon. So Bloodhound I feel like is pretty good at this point. Raven's Blessing, White Raven's charge ultimate by 25% when activated, and the tactical cooldown reduced tactical cooldown by 5 seconds. Both of these I feel like are pretty good. I struggle in Bloodhound's ultimate. I feel like something is wrong with the speed and the colors throw me off. Or lack of color throws me off. So I struggle in it. So I'm not a huge Bloodhound fan anyway. So I would probably personally deal with more things to do with the tactical. Level 3, Odin's Glare, double the duration of the tactical's full body highlight. And then Taste of Blood, gain 25 HP on knocks when the ultimate is active, which is pretty good. But I think if you pop the ultimate, I mean, you might only get 1 or 2, so you're not getting tons and tons of HP out of it. Doubling the duration, I mean, this is that scan meta, so I feel like that's to me more useful. I don't know. Crypto, tactical cooldown plus, reduce the tactical cooldown by 10 seconds. Just pretty good. And then the ultimate cooldown, reduce the ultimate cooldown by 30 seconds. So you'll get it back faster, or you can get back your EMP faster. So that depends on if you feel like your drone is getting destroyed a lot. Yeah. Level 3 upgrade options, network expansion, increase the Neuralink and EMP range by 25%, which I've seen this in videos and pictures. It's big. And then network traffic, deploying the drone calls out squads in the area. So I think you don't have to scan the banners as a crypto. You can just throw it out and it tells you there's 2 squads in the area or whatever. So that's fairly useful if you don't have to get into it. And I think I read somewhere like patch notes that I don't know, we'll maybe hit this, but it deploys faster and he gets in and out of it faster. So that's nice. Seer Longview increased the passive and tactical range to 75 meters. I think that's what it was like originally, before he was nerfed. And then Racing Heart's faster movement using the passive ability. So both of these are pretty good. I feel like the Longview, his tactical is what he's all about, I feel like anyway. Level 3 upgrade, or passive and tactical are both or what he's about. Level 3 upgrade options. The Artist Reach increases the throw range of the ultimate by 20 meters or increases the tactical scan duration by 15 seconds. The ultimate by 20 meters is not useful. I don't know why you'd want to necessarily throw it that far away from you. You kind of want to throw it in an area you're going to be in. So I feel like that is less attractive, but the focus scan, to me, is pretty big. Vantage, Ringmaster gain access to ring consoles. I feel like that might be fairly useful for her. And the ultimate reload, the ultimate accelerants grant 2 bullets. I don't know. I feel like her ultimate goes pretty fast going up. I'm not a huge fan of her anyway, but um, I feel like for her, like just the ability to scan um, the survey beacons is more useful anyway. I mean, she's not going to be playing Ring, but this at least lets her know which direction she needs to be going, I guess. So I don't know. I guess if you're in a fight and you have an accelerant, I guess popping an accelerant, getting 2 more bullets real quick is probably pretty useful. Level 3, the Bat Bounce, improved tactical double jump, or the Sharpshooter, refresh tactical on hits with the ultimate. Um, I feel like also I read somewhere like her ultimate's going to be a little bit easier to use, which is crazy. So getting this might be pretty useful. I guess it depends on how much you want to use her ultimate, and how well you hit your shots. Maybe would be determining. They're both pretty decent for her, but either way, I don't think she's not amazing anyway. Controller Catalyst, increase spike throw range by 40% or increase the max number of active spikes by 1. I think she throws it already pretty far. So to me, the sister spikes, increasing the maximum number to 3, which is what it was originally, seems to be like the best case. Level 3, the long veil, increase the ultimate length by 15 meters long or increase the ultimate lifetime by 5 seconds. I think it already stays, I think it's getting decreased, but I think getting it to go 15 extra meters, I feel like is probably more useful because there's plenty of times where somebody will put down a wall and I feel like I can pretty quickly get around to the side of it, and shoot people where they don't get expected to be shot. So I think the length may be more useful in my opinion. Caustic level 2, increased tactical throw range by he already chucks that thing a mile. So increasing it by 75% means he could throw this thing a lot. So this seems weird. Increase the ultimate area of effect by 50%. To me, probably is a little more useful. The increase the tactical throw, I don't know. I throwing it a mile. I mean, you could probably throw it on teams. I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with it, I guess. I'm not sure which is gonna be better. The ultimate is already fairly big, but a bigger ultimate, especially in game and so you could throw it technically a little bit earlier, to get people. So I don't know. It would be pretty massive if you can get into in game. Breathe it in, regenerate HP while enveloped in Nox gas, which I think is same as Bangalore. It's not going to be fast, and Nox vision persists for longer. I don't ever have a problem with the Nox vision, so I feel like the regenerating HP would be better, but it's still really slow. Rampart can carry extra ammo per stack, which is fairly useful, or reduce the ultimate cooldown by 30 seconds, which I feel like is the most useful. So I would say anything where you can get Sheila faster and better is what you want to go for. Amped reloads reload faster with Sheila or when behind amped cover. Yeah, absolutely. Improved mobile Sheila handling and spin up time by 20%. I'm gonna have to mess with it. Um, I mean, improved handling and spin up time. I feel like if I'm mobile, I'm only gonna get to that point of wanting to. Yeah, to me this one seems better. I'm not gonna reload Sheila. I don't reload Sheila that often, very rarely. So I feel like this one is probably the better. Watson, Falling Star. And so the pylon intercepted spawn arc stars at its base from the enemy, so you can't do it yourself. 1.5-second cooldown between spawns, and arc stars must be picked up before more than 5. So only 5 will go down. It will drop 1.5 seconds. So if Gibby is dropping down on you, Bangalore, people are throwing nades, whatever, it will drop arc stars, which is pretty useful. I mean, that's kind of nice. Fresh start, allies are revived with 50 HP, which feels like Gibby, which I don't know. Both of these are pretty useful. I think as more of a casual Watson, this one is to me a little better. Level 3 upgrade options, the power pylon, double ultimate HP and shield regen capacity. Again, if you're going to be setting in a site, both of these are amazing. I feel like this one though, they'll place up to 2 pylons with half the shield regen capacity and use ultimate accelerants twice as fast. I think if you're holding a couple accelerants, um, I feel like this one is probably pretty good. You can get 2 pylons, harder to break, 2 different floors if you're holding a building, something like that. You're going to get half, but again, you can get 2 of them. So either or, I guess, would be great. All right, and then finally, support. So conduit, battery collection, shield battery count shown above death boxes. Again, I already said like this is kind of meh in my opinion anyway. Increased tactical range by 10 meters. I already feel like it goes fairly far, but now it's just going to go farther. I would probably go with this one. I always feel like I can loot good enough, or not insanely desperate always for shield batteries. Level 3 upgrade, bigger jam. Each ultimate jammer's damage radius increased by 10%. Again, I think it got nerfed anyway, so this will help. And then the split charge, gain a tactical charge, but half shield regen duration. Um, I would say the ultimate, gain a tactical charge, but half shield regen duration. It's the same as having one. So I would say the ultimate jammer's damage radius increased by 10%. Gibraltar, fresh start, allies are revived with 50 HP. Auto reload shotguns on Nox. This kind of seems very, I mean, I guess if you're running Gibby, then you just have to run a shotgun. I don't know. That's very uh, situational based. So to me, Gibby with a bubble, reviving with 50 HP, yeah. Level 3 upgrades, baby bubble, reduce the tactical size and cooldown by 25%. So you can get it back faster, it's just a little smaller. Or the bubble bunker, increase the tactical lifetime by 4 seconds. So the bubble lasts by longer for 4 seconds. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can get those baby bubbles real quick. But man, it's only going to take one Mad Maggie to end your day, I guess. So, I don't know. I feel like getting the bubbles back faster is always good. The bubbles are so useful anyway. Um, so getting this by 4 seconds, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would have to see, I guess. I'm not sure. Am I missing something here? I feel like these are both about the same anyway. I feel like almost maybe the bigger one because it lasts longer. So I don't know. Anyway, Lifeline, rapid response, and Lifeline I feel like is moving up. She got really good buffs, I think. Rapid response, increased revive speed by 20%. It's already pretty fast. Now it's going to be insane. Tactical cooldown, reduce the tactical cooldown by 10 seconds. I feel like you, what is it, like 25 seconds now or 30 seconds? I forget. You get it back fairly fast. But getting somebody up faster, assuming Lifeline actually will res you, then yeah, this is good. Level 3, gift wrapped. Next Lifeline care package is a supply drop. Just amazing. Or gain a self revive. So when you get knocked, you can basically revive yourself. Which is the definition of self revive, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty massive. Absolutely. All right. Loba, level 2, high value, increased tactical height and range. It does go a little bit farther, but the market expansion increased their range by 25%. Both of these seem pretty good. The market by 25% is pretty big, so I would say this one. The tactical already goes pretty high and far, but you still have to wait it out. So if you're throwing it farther, like that's when I feel like I get killed a lot as a Loba, is throwing the bracelet, trying to get it to a safe spot and getting killed before it lands. Like I feel like that's a pretty common thing. Level 3 upgrades, shopping spree. Loba can't take an extra item. Excuse me, Loba can take an extra item from the black market. It's okay. And tactical cooldown, reduce tactical cooldown by 5 seconds. So both of these are just nice little perks. So none of this is like penaltied or whatever. So I feel like both of these are pretty good. I guess it just depends on the way you play. I would instantly probably go with the extra item. Makes sense to me. Mirage, what are we down to? Last two. Mirage, Miracle Worker. Allies are revived with health regen up to 75 HP, which is great. Gain an ultimate decoy, reduce cooldown by 30 seconds. So you get 2 decoys. Which is okay, I guess if you're bamboozling like crazy, but this one, I mean, he's such a good reviver. I feel like this one is just massive. Level 3 bamboozle bonus, refresh tactical on successful bamboozles. So you can bamboozle like crazy. So this one seems fun. Me too, gain a decoy charge, can have both active at once. So I feel like the bamboozle bonus is good. I mean, especially in like pubs games, like I can bamboozle every single time. Somebody's gonna shoot it. Newcastle, Swift Shield, increase the mobile shield speed to weapon sprint speed. Is good. I do feel like that was always a struggle with Newcastle, is that thing just doesn't move fast enough, and you're having to just kind of slowly walk behind it. And thick shield, the shield gain 250 HP, so it's fast or it's heavier, basically one of the two, swift or thick. What do you want? Me instantly, I would probably go. I don't feel like it breaks. I feel like it disappears more than people shoot at it to break it. So to me, getting it faster makes more sense. Miracle Worker, allies are revived, health regen up to 75. He's such a good reviver as well, so I feel like this is great. And then a castle wall HP is a stronghold, extended energized barrier duration up to 2 minutes. To me, it's got to be the 75 HP. It makes the most sense. All right, so let's hit additional patch notes now that we've moved through all the legends. Right, I have hit them all. Ugh, I should have brought some water in here. All right, so added tags, 3 to 4 character piece of flair ahead of players' usernames that appear everywhere. Usernames do. Clubs are being retired. Okay. Events moved into dedicated tab in the lobby out of seasonal tab. Okay. Balance updates. So crafting, which we talked about, it's going to have the shield battery, med kit, ammo, and the player banners. Okay. Inventory can now be accessed from the crafting menu. Talked about that. Big mod, we talked about the replicators. There's 12 spawned. Single use per player per match. Decreased interaction time, so you can get it fast and instant with instant printing, which is insane. And printed items left alone will auto eject. Okay, cool. Care package. So the Prowler is back on the floor, which I love. It's one of my favorite guns. And then the EVA 8 enters the care package, which is interesting. Gold weapons rotation, R301, RE, Mastiff, Devo, and they're. I really hope it's not like a Devo season where everybody's just getting that. Like, what season was that? Like, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 or something like that, where the Devo was just like nuts. 30-30, base damage reduced to 39 was 42. I'm okay with that. Ammo capacity, base is unchanged. White reduced from 8 down to 7, 10 to 8, 12, 10. Okay. Skull Piercer headshot multiplier reduced to 2.0 was 2.1. Dual loader removed. Now only loads one shell. Okay. Marksman stock reload speed bonus normalized to match others. Was it different? I don't know. Oh, probably just because. No, I don't know. Don't know. Reloading 3 shells in a row now increases reload speed by 20%. Okay, got it. So if you reload all 3, okay, it'll go. Got it. Eva 8, damage reduced to 6. Wait, so they're putting in the care package and the damage was reduced? Fire rate increased to 3, so it's firing faster. Was 200, so it's firing really fast. Recoil reduced to better match the much faster fire rate. Okay, so it's improved recoil on the Eva 8, which I didn't feel was a big deal. It's firing faster, but slightly less damage. Hammer points, 20% damage increase against flesh. Okay. 1 damage, and gold shotgun bolt shells reload on a slide increased to 2. Okay. So Eva 8 seems like it's going to be pretty good, even with a slight damage decrease. So Eva 8 seems a little scary. Hemlock damage reduced to 20 was 21. Hipfire spread increased. I don't like that. Spread delay. I didn't feel like, well, whatever. Spread delay increased. 0.28 was 0.21. Okay, so Hemlock is minor nerf, but still seems like it's going to be okay. L-Star can no longer equip barrel attachments, so the L-Star is now total trash. Prowler reverted to non-care package version. 15 damage, the hop up, the select fire removed, burst delay increase, spread delay increase. Okay, that's fine. R99, ADS vertical and horizontal recoil increased. It's going to throw off some R99 fans. Hip fire spread reduced on the 301. So 301 seems like it's going to be good. SMG ballistics projectile gravity increased across all SMGs. Projectile launch speed reduced across prowlers unchanged. Okay. So this seems like SMGs are like dying. Like this is what they're trying to do. Digi-threat can no longer be equipped to SMGs, so it's going to be pistols and shotguns only. Spawn rates reduced by 20%. So you're just not going to get the digi-threats. Okay. Laser sights multipliers reduced. White laser sight adjusted. Okay. So they've all been slightly reduced. Interesting. Okay. The Heavy Reg Legends, Gibraltar Caustic Pathy, Newcastle Revenant now use medium rig first person movement animation. So they're going to feel faster. They're, obviously, everybody's the same speed. They're just going to feel faster. Support Legends, extended supply bin contents have been improved. Okay. Ballistic, sling. Sling weapons now have all white attachments while equipped. I don't remember what it was before. The Tempest effect radius for ally range has been increased to 90 meters. Okay, well, ballistics, that's a pretty massive buff for his ultimate, but wow. Okay. Bloodhound Tracker. Raven scan ult charge is now gated behind the Hunting Ravens upgrade. Okay. Catalyst. Lifetime decreased to 15 seconds was 25. So you may want to consider the extra 5. That'll put it up to 20 seconds. So it's still going to be worse. Length decreased 14. So the length takes it up to what it was, 55 meters. So they're decreasing the length, but you have to get the upgrade to get it back. The time is decreased 10 seconds, but it's only getting increased 5. So to me, getting the length back is more, yeah. So I don't know. Catalyst is kind of, I don't know, getting knocked down quite a bit in my opinion. Conduit cooldown increased to 26 was 21. That's fine. Temporary shield regen decreased to 15 was 20 per second. That's fine. Temporary shield regen time increased 9 seconds was 8. Okay. So she's minor nerf there. Energy barricade, mine duration reduced from 45 to 60. I feel good. Mine HP reduced to 200, was 250. Okay, so easier to break, but still quite a bit. The distance at which mines are removed when deployed too close to one another has been increased by 100%. The distance at which mines are removed when deployed too close to one another has been increased. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but figure it out. Surveillance drone for crypto, speed of the drone recall has been increased slightly, which I mentioned, and transitions going in and out of drone are now faster. Yeah, so that's great. Gravity lift cooldown increased to 25 seconds, was 20, so getting that back, it just takes it back to how she was. Lifeline in modes with upgrade cores enabled. Lifeline's care package now has 50/50 chance to drop an extra piece of smart equipment, okay, instead of an armor. Sure. Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball will no longer be destroyed on first enemy hit. That's great. Instead, the Wrecking Ball will trigger an explosion, then keep going, allowing for a second explosion to trigger later. The same player cannot be hit again for 2 seconds after first impact. That would suck. Players can only be affected by the shell shock or knockball effects once. Will now bounce through devices it hits and destroys. Okay. Octane jump pad audio fall off of double jump has been adjusted to be slightly less audible from long distance. Okay. And Pathfinder Insider Knowledge scanning care packages now awards 50% all charge instead of 100. That's fine. You don't need 8 million ultimates anyway. And 15-second all cooldown was 10. Okay. This also applies to ring console or survey beacon scans. Okay. Maps. So the museum on World's Edge is upgraded. I like it. I'm going to check that out without getting blown away, hopefully. Special celebration dressing in the form of flags. Cool, cool, cool. All new cast is designed with a breakout aesthetic in mind. Okay. Check that out. Tritons, jump balloons, gravity of a fresh look to complement the theme. Okay. Very cool. Thunderdome. Feel the energy as the crowd comes alive in our first custom mixtape map. Immerse yourself in the action of a focused 3-lane multiplayer map designed for fast-paced gameplay, playable for all mixtape game modes, team deathmatch, gun run, and control. I like it. So just getting a new map for the mixtape stuff is cool. I enjoy doing those anyway. Get hyped listening to the cheers from the crowd in the arena stands. Mixtape updated loadouts to reflect the weapon meta changes. Gun run removed the charged rifle and added the Kraber. Thank God. Oy vey. Okay, sorry. Player spawns above. Sorry, new LTM straight shot. Check out the collection event. Okay, so I do like this one. Players spawn above a random POI. And skydive in. There's no jump master. Weapons spawn kitted at different rarities, streamlining the loot so you don't have to pick up attachments and everything for guns. Reduce lobby to 30 players. So, and then you requeue instantly. Like after your team dies, you just can get requeued back in. I like it. So if you just want to go and go and go and go and go, like that's what this is going to be about. So I like this. It gives people opportunities to play late games. If you're never feel like you get into that situation very often, this gives you those opportunities. So this should be fun. Although I might have to give it a week or two before so all the sweats can get out of it and get jumping into rank, and then I'll get into it. Level requirements are now 20 for ranked. Player rankings are now visible. I'm curious what this is going to mean. And the entry cost is back, which is fine. So it starts at silver. Promotional trials have been removed. Provisional matches removed. Ranked tier RP requirements will have some increases. RP value will be used to matchmake. Okay, so if you're with somebody 3 or 4 tiers higher, it's going to go off of the highest RP value. That's fine. That's what they've always done. Well, last season. That's what most teams do, or most games do. Start at 1 RP at the beginning of the season, split will drop rankings by 6 divisions. So the split is coming back. Updated bonuses, challenger bonuses, earn a 50% bonus on an elimination of a higher ranked player that was contributed to. Top 5 streak bonus for maintaining a placement streak of 5th or better, earning up to a maximum of 40. Yeah, and see, like, I feel like I do pretty well at this type of stuff if I'm playing with a full squad. If I'm playing with my boys, then we can do this type of stuff. Playing with randoms, you never know what in the world's going to happen. Extended supply bins now give smart gear. Players can find gear upgrades for knockdown shields, helmets, backpacks. Small chance of granting purple. That's nice. Small chance of wait. Okay, I thought it for some reason I thought I read armor. I was like, wait, can't drop armor. Small chance of granting gold. Okay, if everybody has purple, I like it. More reliably gives heat shields and increased likelihood of getting med kits over syringes, which is also nice. Ring exploit prevention. Players spending too much time outside the ring will be warned, then eliminated. I'm curious how that's going to work. Yeah, that might be interesting. Some bug fixes. Double clicking the melee tab now equips items. I don't know what that means. Firing range dummies no longer clip through damaged floors. Heat shields. Okay, I'm gonna skip the bugs. I don't think. Wait, Valkyrie can no longer get under the turbine on Olympus. Was that a thing? Wait, no, that's not what I did. I did find one bug one time with Valkyrie, but it's not that. Voice lines while picking up enemy binner cards no longer indicated as a squad mate. That's funny. All right, most in-game dialogue now synchronized. Okay, squad members can now be. Oh, so the in-game dialogue is now going to be the same. Okay, squad members can now be muted while spectating. Nice. Graphics, love it. Legends, ultimates, bunch of ultimates could be placed out of bounds. Interesting. Wait, Watson tactical ultimate can no longer be placed out of bounds. So you can't use the old Loba Rampart. So you can't use like Ash's ultimate to get you out of bounds faster or get you inbound. Wow. Conduit's stack now appears for observers, but you can use Wraith's ultimate. You can use Valk's ultimate, but you can't use Ash's. Interesting. And Maggie's ult now destroys Gibby's tactical. Okay. I thought that was the case anyway. Conduit's tactical now appears for observers. Okay. Mirage decoys that are destroyed by catalyst piercing spikes no longer keep the trap active nor making hit sounds. Okay. Quality of life, firing range, Nessie's changed a little bit. Have constant damage feedback. Objects which previously showed red damage numbers will now show as gray, and the damage numbers will indicate if the object is destroyed. Got it. That was always a little confusing, damaging objects. Increased visibility, because I would throw in like a knuckle cluster or a nade or something. You'd see all sorts of numbers pop up, and it's like, wait, why don't I only have 14 damage? Like I just saw 100 numbers pop up. Firing range, Nessie was inspired, blah, 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 blah. Gun run, change the victory notification. You are the champion instead of your team because clubs are dead. For optic ADS settings, for seer, performance mode, aim assist has been turned on to feel similar to 60 hertz. Okay. Added advanced haptics and adaptive triggers support by PlayStation. Okay. If you encounter an issue, whatever, navigation, event tab. I don't think I've read some of this stuff. This stuff is new, to me anyway. Legends tabs, increased legend. I'm just kind of reading through some of the stuff. The melee tab death box icon is now clickable. I'm not sure what that means. Store tab, new sub tab containing offers that were previously featured, or the store tab, sorry. Featured special seasonal and more with improved navigational flow and presentation. So, okay, so the store is slightly different. Okay. Graphics, better, love it. All right, that is it. So overall, like I feel like pretty massive changes, pretty good changes. I feel like, especially the legends in general, it's going to take some time. So looking forward to playing, testing all this stuff out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty cool stuff. So that is it for me. Thank you again for watching and are listening. Hopefully, I say this every single podcast, but hopefully I can get back and get some more stuff coming soon. Definitely been pretty busy at the start of the year. So yeah. So looking forward to season 20, and we'll see you out there. Bye all.